If both are insufficient in substance, then that means that the impeachment proceeding is terminated already because of the failure to meet the standards of sufficiency in substance of both complaints. The committee report that we will be issuing by the Justice Committee will be subject to the approval of the plenary by at least one-third vote of all its members. Correct. The decision of the Justice Committee with respect to the insufficiency in substance, once it reached the plenary, can be overridden, pwedeng mabaligtad by way of at least one-third votes of all the members of the House. In that event, ibabalik sa Justice Committee yung committee report and we will be constrained to come up with our articles of impeachment. You've witnessed our deliberation on the sufficiency in substance of the De Jesus complaint, no? We suspended the voting on the sufficiency of substance because we wanted to give time to the justice members to think them over, all the discussions that we had today, before they vote tomorrow afternoon, no? We likewise suspended the deliberation on the sufficiency on substance with respect to the second complaint, that is the Masa et al., because what happened today was quite exhaustive already, and we wanted the Kongs to have fresh mind when they listen to the manifestation of position of the endorsers of Masa et al., no? So, during our deliberation, narinig nyo yung iba't ibang comments ng mga Kongs, but all of them pertain to the requirement of recital of facts, which must constitute an offense that is determinative of the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee, meaning it should be an impeachable offense. Kaya, kagaya ng palagi kong sinasabi, it's not enough that the official is guilty of an offense. That offense must constitute a ground for impeachment, no? So, for the opening statement, that would be all.
Okay. Question. Red Mendoza from the Manila Times. Well, we witnessed nga po kanina yung mga manifestations ng mga members ng Justice Committee. And it looks like it's short of saying na they're inkling closer to possibly possibly saying or voting that the complaint is insufficient in substance. Parang ganun yung nakikita kong or yung nakikita ko sa mga manifestation kanina. Ganun din po ba nakikita ninyo sa mga manifestation kanina? Parang they're inclined to vote that the complaint of the Nisay complaint is, or the De Jesus complaint rather, to make it more for brevity, na it's insufficient in substance.
I think it's a bit... magandang hapon po. I think it's a bit premature to state that House members have already made up their minds, no, on what to vote. So the question on the matter will be decided not today but tomorrow po, when the question is asked on whether or not they would vote on the sufficiency in substance of that particular complaint. So, sure, they've manifested their views, pero as to what their votes will be determined tomorrow, and I don't think that should count as an indication on how they will actually vote tomorrow.
Chair. Sasagot po si Chair.
Yes? For tomorrow, we will begin our proceeding with the manifestation of the endorsers of Masa et al. Complaint with respect to its sufficiency in substance. Thereafter, we will be eliciting the comments and opinions, insights of the Justice Committee members on the sufficiency of Masa et al. Complaint. Thereafter, we will be proceeding to voting. Unahin naming pagbotohan by majority of all members present. No? Simple majority. Yung De Jesus complaint. And then after that, we will be voting on the sufficiency of the Masa et al. Complaint. No? Ang required number of vote for tomorrow is only simple majority. Meaning, majority of the present members so long as there is a quorum. Our voting tomorrow will be on sufficiency in substance. Whether or not the De Jesus complaint is sufficient in substance and whether or not the Masa et al. Complaint is sufficient in substance. And let us be mindful about the significance of this vote, no? Kapag sufficient in substance siya, considering that it has been declared already na sufficient in form, yung both complaints, then we will be proceeding to step 3 already, which means the committee will now issue a notice to the respondent to file an answer. Should the complainant wishes to file a reply, they can file a reply. And should the respondent wishes to file further rejoinder, he can still file a rejoinder. Yung step 3, dun din natin ginagawa yung reception of evidence, including the swearing in of all counter affidavits and affidavits. That is in the event that the decision of the justice members is sufficient in substance. But if the decision of the justice members is insufficient in substance, that will be tantamount to dismissal of the impeachment complaint.
Chair Luistro, Eden Santos po from Net25. Follow-up lang ako doon sa question po ni Red. I'm here. Bakit po pinatagal pa natin since sabi nga niya, malinaw naman po doon sa mga manifestation na insufficient po sa substance yung first complaint ng De Jesus complainant.
Well, actually, we have, yung mga iba pong mga member po ngayon ay may mga iba pang mga importanteng committee hearing din. Kung maalala po ninyo, ngayon din po yata yung committee hearing ni Kiko Barsaga, tsaka meron din pong revision ng laws. So marami po sa mga miyembro ang nagpapa-excuse ngayong hapon para umattend sa respective committee hearings. There are 39 members of the Committee on Justice. Kaya, although kanina, kung maririnig ninyo, may mga nagsalita, pero that is not yet conclusive kung ano yung magiging boto dahil kung tutusin, halos wala pa yatang 10 yung mga nag-air nung kanilang mga salita at yung iba naman ay nag-o-observe. So the chair, kagaya kanina, sinabi po niya, requested that the voting be held tomorrow so that at least the members can still ponder or at least think twice kung ano po yung magiging boto nila bukas. But it does not mean, kasi kung makikita po ninyo, hindi naman lahat ng member nagsalita per grounds. So, may mga ibang ground, hindi rin natin alam kung ano rin po yung nasa isip nila.
Any reaction na lang po from any of the three? Sabi po ng Malacanang, yung pagsasampa ng impeachment complaint laban sa Pangulo ay nakakabahala po, hindi dahil sa side po ng Pangulo, kundi sa epekto daw po nito sa ekonomiya.
Well, syempre, ginagalang po namin yung pagtingin ng Malacanang sa bagay po na ito. No? Pero I think we have to reiterate na ito po ay constitutional pong proseso. Kailangan po nating pagdaanan ito at resolbahin po ng Congress batay doon sa facts at batay po sa mga umiiral at existing po ng mga ebidensya. So, bahagi po ito ng demokrasya po natin. So, I think that is something that we have to confront with directly as an institution. Well, I think you have to ask Congress. You have to ask the palace that. Kasi hindi naman kami yung nagsabi nun eh. Di ba? So I think the question should be addressed by Malacanang itself. Kasi as far as we're concerned, irrespective of whatever its impact is on the economy, magtutuloy naman po yung mga proseso eh. Di ba? Kasi proseso po ito ng pagpapanagot ng mga impeachable officials, whoever it is. So, ang totoo po, yun po yung mandato po namin. So we will proceed with the mandate, whatever its impact will be on whichever sector of the country.
Jong Malapas po.
Unfair sa complaint kung yung pagkatapos ng deliberation sa Jesus complaint, magkakaroon ng break para pag-isipan yung magiging desisyon ng mga kongresista. Pero bukas, after discussing ng mga bayan, diretso mo ito ka na hindi ba unfair?
Hindi. Sorry. Lumakas naman ng husto yung volume. Hindi, yun yung pagtingin ng ibang mga kasama ho natin sa Kongreso. Pero ang totoo, meron po kasing overlap of issues eh. Yung pong De Jesus complaint and yung Maza complaint, particularly on the more relevant matters, no? So, yung pong usapin po ng unprogrammed appropriations at yung pong allegations po ng kickback. So, more or less naman po, nasimulan na po yung mga bagay po na yun today and we can push on up until tomorrow. So, every reason and every questions relating to UA can still be asked tomorrow. No? So, hindi kayo naman ho yung wisdom of it. And I think that matter was raised as a procedural point kanina. Hindi naman din ho sila po nag-object.
Yeah, kung meron man pong directly na maapektuhan dito yung Makabayan Black. So the fact na hindi naman po sila nag-object kanina, ibig sabihin hindi po nila nakikita na ganun yung mangyayari po dito. And besides, nakita naman po natin kanina na yung chair, si Madam Chair po, napaka-lenient po. Binigay po naman yung mga gusto nila. Bagamat may mga ilan po sa mga kasama natin ang tumututol na dapat po hindi sila kasama sa botohan, na dapat po ay hindi sila nakakapag-motion although sila ay miyembro ng committee, but the fact na sila ay endorser, magiging, kumbaga, meron silang vested interest dito. May conflict of interest. Pero kanina po, nag-rule ang ating chair, hinayaan po at pinagbigyan po sila na maging parte ng netong proseso bilang movant at bilang miyembro ng Committee on Justice.
At Jong Malapas po from... sige.
Sapat kaya yung oras po mas to discuss yung sa mga bayan, consider na medyo substantive yung issue nila with the BBM para po.
If our time tomorrow will not be sufficient for the deliberation on the sufficiency of Masa et al. Complaint, we can schedule further proceedings on the succeeding Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay po. Jong Malapas po from DCRJ. Gusto ko pa malinawan lang kung meron po bang timetable o ilang araw po dapat talakayin ng Committee on Justice itong impeachment complaint kay PBBM? Ganong may BP Sara complaint din ang darating?
Well, under the rules, regardless of whatever impeachment complaints are pending before the committee, we're supposed to submit our committee report to the plenary not beyond the period of 60 session days, no? But if you're talking about the definite time we're supposed to spend, with regards to the impeachment against the president, there is no definite time. It depends really on the progress of the deliberation.
Una. Tricia, ikaw na sunod.
Yes, there will be two separate votings. First, voting on the sufficiency of the Jesus complaint, and second, voting on the sufficiency of the Masa et al. Complaint. To the question, if one complaint is declared insufficient in substance and the other complaint is declared sufficient in substance, we will be proceeding to the issuance of notice to require an answer from the respondent. Meaning, tuloy ang impeachment proceeding.
Sunod na tanong po, Tricia.
If both are insufficient in substance, then that means that the impeachment proceeding is terminated already because of the failure to meet the standards of sufficiency in substance of both complaints. The committee report that we will be issuing by the Justice Committee will be subject to the approval of the plenary by at least 1/3 vote of all its members. Correct. The decision of the Justice Committee with respect to the insufficiency in substance, once it reached the plenary, can be overridden, pwedeng mabaligtad by way of at least 1/3 votes of all the members of the House. In that event, ibabalik sa Justice Committee yung committee report and we will be constrained to come up with our articles of impeachment.
Tricia. Oh, dito na.
Krisha po. Congs, can you talk about the significance of the motion made earlier, whether to include or exclude po yung authenticity ng documents, and how might that shape how the lawmakers will vote tomorrow regarding the sufficiency of substance?
Ako nasasagot kasi ako ata yung Ako po yung nag-raise ng bagay po na yan. Well, malaking bagay po yung authentic documents kasi una, authentic documents at personal knowledge. No? Ang totoo po, doon sa mga katulad na binigit ko kanina, doon sa previous impeachment complaints, at the level po of form, may isang impeachment complaint po na na-terminate. Impeachment proceeding na-terminate on the basis of no personal knowledge at wala pong authentic document. So, ibig sabihin, kung papalusutin ho natin, even at the level of determination of sufficiency and substance, yung pong unauthenticated submissions at no personal knowledge, meron po itong real impact not just on this impeachment proceeding, but on all impeachment proceedings moving forward. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng parang gumawa lang ako ng inventong dokumento. Di ba? Tapos yun po yung i-file ko or wala pong taong pwede makapag-authenticate po ng dokumento pong ito. So, well, ginagalang ho natin yung inabot po ng boto. Very tight po yung inabot po ng boto na ito. Pero tingin ko naman po ay na-elicit po dito yung tamang appreciation na dapat lahat ng mga dokumento, including the annexes being submitted in an impeachment complaint, should be an authenticated document or secondly, based po on personal knowledge.
Para not necessarily
neither policy difference nor a criminal act automatically warrant the impeachable offense, the filing of a complaint on impeachable offense, no? Hindi porket merong pagkakaiba sa policy direction, hindi porket guilty of an offense, ay guilty na rin ng impeachable offense. Let us be mindful na very restrictive ang grounds for impeachment. 6 yan. And we cannot go beyond. Yung offense being alleged should constitute at least a ground for impeachment. Pag hindi ka nakabuo ng isang ground for impeachment, then this will fail, no? As a matter of fact, this is the purpose of determination of sufficiency in substance. The recital of facts should constitute an offense which is included among the impeachable offenses or grounds. The fact that you are guilty of an act or omission punishable by law does not necessarily mean that you're guilty of an impeachable offense. Kung yung act or omission does not constitute either some or all of the following: culpable violation, betrayal of public trust, treason, bribery, graft and corruption, and other high crimes, then this does not warrant the impeachment of the public official. You should be able to connect the offense alleged to the ground for impeachment, no? Kung yung bang offense na ina-allege, does it constitute a ground for impeachment, no? For example, kanina, may allegations ng graft and corruption, citing the kickbacks and the flood control controversies. Question: do they constitute graft and corruption as one of the grounds for impeachment? Yun yung mga sagot, tanong na sasagutin ng mga members ng Justice Committee when they vote tomorrow on the sufficiency in substance of the 2 impeachment complaints. As far as we are concerned, we are facing this constitutional mandate, no? As to whether how people perceive this, that is beside the point. We are addressing our constitutional duty to look into, investigate, and hear the impeachment complaints. As to how the people perceive this impeachment complaint, that is not a matter for us to decide. I don't recall of any. Kaya lang second term ko pa lang, no? I don't know with the senior members if there have been an occasion like that.
Okay?
Okay naman tatanungin ko. What do you think of the sufficiency in substance of the first complaint?